Hello and welcome back. In the previous video, we explained the General tab inside System Settings, including two-factor authentication, default currencies, date format, report style, and CC email settings. In this video, we will move to the Incoming tab. To access it, from the System Settings screen, click on Incoming from the left-hand side menu. The incoming settings control several important behaviors related to reservation files, manifests, file numbering, cost and revenue posting logic, captions, default booking settings, and profit and loss reporting. We will start with the Manifest Settings section. The first field is Company Name in Arabic for Manifest. This defines the company name that will appear when generating the Arabic manifest. This is used from the reservation file, under the Clients tab, when generating the Arabic manifest. Next, we have Institution Number. This defines the institution national number that appears on the manifest. Then we have Office Number. This defines the office number that will also appear on the manifest. Finally, we have File Number. This defines the Ministry of Tourism company file number that will appear on the manifests. So in short, the Manifest Settings section controls the company information that appears when generating official manifest documents from the reservation file. Now we move to the incoming general page settings. The first option is Generate Incoming File Number based on the date. This controls how incoming file numbers are generated. When this option is enabled, the system generates file numbers based on the format, year, month, and serial number, or any other format you use from the Format section below. When it is disabled, the system generates the next file number by increasing the last used file number by 1. For example, if the last file number is 250, the next file number will be 251. This setting is used in the Incoming Reservation General page when creating new files. Next, we have Enable Revenue and Cost of Sales Validation to link to the file number. This is one of the most important accounting control options in the incoming settings. When this option is enabled, the system forces the user to link revenue accounts and cost of sales accounts to a file number when using them in journal vouchers. These accounts are defined later in the Cost of Sale, Revenue, and Profit-Loss Configuration section, under Inbound Revenue Level 2 account and Inbound Cost of Sale Level 2 account. For example, if the accountant tries to post a journal voucher using Cost of Hotels without linking it to a file number, the system will show a message telling the user that this account should not be posted without being linked to a file number. The purpose of this option is to separate the profit and loss of each reservation file from the general profit and loss of the company. It also prevents unrelated accounts, such as salaries, electricity bills, general liabilities, or administration expenses, from being connected to reservation files. If this option is disabled, users can freely connect any account to any file, which may lead to inaccurate file profit and loss reports. That is why it is highly recommended to keep this option active, especially for companies that rely on accurate file-level profitability reports. Next, we have Set the client invoice date by default equal to the file arrival date. When this option is enabled, the invoice date will automatically be set to the file arrival date. If disabled, the invoice date will be generated based on the invoice issue date. This setting is used in the Incoming Invoices section. Next, we have Show the reservation number on the transportation voucher. When enabled, the system displays the transportation reservation number next to the file number on the transportation voucher. Next, we have Post the estimated cost if the actual cost equals 0. When this option is enabled, the system will post the estimated cost if the actual cost is 0. This is used during accounting posting from the incoming reservation file. Next, we have make the fields cost, reservation type, packs, and quotation post dialog mandatory. This option controls whether these fields must be filled before continuing with the related process. Next, we have enable the use of visits in incoming to extras. When this option is enabled, visits can be added inside the Extras tab in incoming reservation files. This is useful when the same group shares the main services, but some passengers have different visits or optional activities. For example, this can support a seat-in-coach business model, where different passengers inside the same file may join different visits or optional activities. Next, we have automatically calculate cost, estimated cost, and selling price in the reservation module. When this option is enabled, the system will automatically calculate the cost, estimated cost, and selling values in the reservation module based on the predefined setup and rates. Finally, we have disable the autocomplete function in the drop-down list in the reservation file. If this option is inactive, the system will activate the autocomplete feature in drop-down fields such as inclusions. This helps users search and select values faster while entering reservation details. Now we move to the Captions section. The Captions section allows us to rename certain field titles shown on the incoming reservation general page. For example, we can rename classification 1 to 5 based on the company's internal terminology. In this example, they are named Group Category 1 to 5. We also have Customer Service, which allows us to define the caption used for the customer service field, and Welcome Sign, which controls the welcome sign header text displayed on welcome-related documents. Now we move to the Cost of Sale, Revenue, and Profit-Loss Configuration section. This section is connected directly to the validation option we explained earlier. Here, we define the main accounting accounts that the system will use to classify office expenses, inbound revenue, and inbound cost of sales. The first field is Office Expenses Main Account. This defines the main account used for office or administration expenses. Any account under this main account will be considered an office expense account. The system will prevent accounts under this main office expenses account from being linked to reservation files in journal vouchers. This helps separate general administration expenses, such as salaries, electricity bills, and office costs, from file-related costs and revenue. Next, we have Inbound Revenue Level 2 account. This defines the revenue account level used for inbound revenue posting and reporting. Any account under this revenue level will be treated as an inbound revenue account. If the revenue and cost of sales validation option is enabled, any journal voucher entry using this revenue account must be linked to a reservation file number. Then we have Inbound Cost of Sale Level 2 account. This defines the cost of sale account level used for inbound cost posting and reporting. Any account under this cost of sale level will be treated as a file-related cost account. Again, if the validation option is enabled, any journal voucher entry using this cost of sale account must be linked to a reservation file number. So, to activate this validation properly, two things must be done. First, enable the option called Enable Revenue and Cost of Sales Validation to link to the file number. Second, define the correct revenue and cost of sale accounts in this configuration section. This way, the system knows exactly which accounts must be connected to file numbers and which accounts must remain outside reservation file calculations. These settings also support auditing reports. The system can compare the incoming file's profit and loss with the general ledger profit and loss. If there is any difference between them, the difference will appear in the auditing report. This helps the accounting team detect whether revenue or cost accounts were posted incorrectly, or whether something was linked to the wrong file or not linked to a file at all. Now we move to the General Settings section. The first field is File Number Format. This defines how the system generates incoming file numbers and numbering sequences. For example, the system can generate file numbers using a format based on year, month, and serial number. Next, we have Incoming Page Grid Layout. This controls which cost fields are editable directly from the booking grid inside the incoming reservation file. If we choose Standard Layout, no cost fields will appear directly in the grid, and estimated or actual costs can only be edited from inside the folder dialog. If we choose Show Estimated Cost Layout, the estimated cost becomes editable directly from the grid, while the actual cost remains inside the folder dialog. If we choose Show Actual Cost Layout, the actual cost becomes editable directly from the grid, which can speed up supplier and accounting updates. Next, we have Default Booking Status. This defines the default status applied when creating a new booking record. For example, if the default booking status is set to Confirmed, new booking records will automatically start with Confirmed as their status. At the bottom, we also have the Cost of Sale Accounts Setup button. When we click on Cost of Sale Accounts Setup, a configuration window will open. In this window, we define the default debit accounts for the cost of each service. These debit accounts are required because the system needs to know which cost account should be used when posting services from the reservation file to accounting. The selected accounts may differ from one company to another, depending on the company's chart of account structure. We can also define the default credit side for each cost type. For example, in the Cost of Guides setup, we can select Cost of Guides as the debit account and Cash as the credit account. Now, when we post guide services from the reservation file and then check the journal entries, we will see that the Cost of Guides account appears on the debit side, while Cash appears on the credit side. This setup helps the system generate the correct accounting entries automatically when service costs are posted from reservation files. Next, we have Default Vouchers Notes. This is used to define default notes that can appear in vouchers generated from incoming operations. After updating any of these settings, click Save to apply the changes. This completes the explanation of the Incoming tab in System Settings. In the next video, we will continue with the next Settings tab. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.